Trout Brook campsites outside of Stratton, Maine.
Well, I'm at Trout Brook campsites. It's just outside of Stratton in the state of Maine. I stopped at one that was for free down by a river between here and Regency or whatever the name of that little town was. And you really couldn't get down to the river and there weren't no picnic table. Here I've got a picnic table, got my tent set up, and I'll be going out there and taking a swim after a while. So let me turn this thing around and see what I can show you. Now, I was going to camp at this one, and there was a man and a wife down here, and they went back to their van that they camp in. But they said there's a person that, or a couple of people that they're coming here last few evenings, and they picked this site. Well, see, it's free. Well, just to have a box with a quarter on it and a little bit of firewood left and some broken ass little chair doesn't save a spot. When you take up camp's up. But anyhow, they said that this here lake, the guy told me that we was talking about coming back down out of the Grand Canyon down to I forgot the name of the town you come into, but anyway, there's the lake, and it goes, I don't know where it goes. It might not go no further than what we can see, but this is a good little landing right here. And I hadn't been over here. I just seen them coming up from it, and then come over here and around behind these bushes is what and right there's a spot that get around here, and you kind of almost private from anybody else that's camping. There is the road over there, but it's a dirt road that comes here. But that would be a good place maybe to go in and take a little bath. But look at all the sand. See, I always thought up in the mountains it was always all rock. Now the sand's wet because I'm pretty sure they got rain here just like I did. But all right, I'm going to go ahead and start setting up camp. And I've got the tent up and all, and I'm gonna probably jump in there, probably with my clothes on. Gotta wash them too. So, all right, we'll get back to you later. Well, I'm up here in Maine, and I'm getting ready to take a bath, and I'm gonna see if I can wash my clothes. But the wind's blowing pretty hard, and it's in the 60s here. It's not even 70 degrees today. So I got a feeling it's going to be a little cold. So I'm getting ready to get out there, and I think I'll wash my clothes first before I get my hair wet. And that's the way you shave when you're on the road with a motorcycle. Wash in the lake, put on some dry clothes, comb your hair, and shave. Now I gotta go wet a rag in the lake and wash my face. Later. Well, I went to the store, and for the last 2 weeks, I don't know, I just want tomatoes on a sandwich. I just want tomato sandwich. But it says refrigerate after opening on your mayonnaise. So I got a small thing of mayonnaise, bought me a couple of tomatoes, bought me some turkey, deli sliced, and I bought a loaf of bread. And I'm getting ready to make me a couple or so sandwiches, and I'm going to eat them. And I tell you what, I just hope I had the choice between buying, it said greenhouse grown tomatoes, and then beside it, well, a little over from it, but on the same aisle, said homegrown tomatoes. So the homegrown ones was about $1 more a pound, and but that's what I want. So I went ahead and I bought that, even though they don't look quite like you think they ought to look. But anyway, sometimes you take a homegrown tomato that ain't a pretty tomato, and compared to those grown ones in the greenhouse and stuff, usually it's a lot better. Even if they don't even look pretty, they're just a lot better in taste. But now I know a lot of people use a knife to spread their mayonnaise, but somehow or another I do it with a spoon and I get by. I just kind of like with jelly and peanut butter and stuff. I just kind of like, I take the spoon and always kind of go around the edges like that. And then especially like peanut butter, because you've seen how oil will come up in all them deep marks in it. And so I just do it with a spoon, and I can keep it smoothed out and take the spoon and clean out around as I go down. And I just feel like also it keeps you from pushing bacteria way down deep into whatever, which I'm not a bacteria crazy person. I mean, the rag I'm using right here, I washed in the stream and I ain't boiled it in no water or nothing. I mean, I don't worry to death about it. But anyhow, I'm getting ready. I'm going to make 3 of them, and I'm going to eat them, and I'm probably going to be sick. But doggone it, I'm going to eat them till I'm sick of them, darn it. Because I don't carry an ice cooler or nothing, so I gotta do what I gotta do. Anyway, there's 3 sandwiches. I mean, mayonnaised up. Let me clean this spoon real quick, don't look. You might not want to eat with me when I'm camping. Alright, and what I did is I put this over a plate so that it could keep the flies. It sealed it pretty good. And I've divided out the turkey so it's about the same amount for for each sandwich. Might be a little more on one than another, but that way I didn't have to pull it all apart one at the time, because I'm trying to hurry because of flies. Put some tomato on them. Oh God, I hope it's as good as I'm wanting it to be, because I've been craving for tomatoes. I didn't even like tomatoes till my dad made me a tomato sandwich. I was about 12, and he said, "Son, let me make you a tomato." I said, I don't like tomatoes, Dad." He said, "You just ain't never had one made right." And he took that thing, and he said, "You got to put this amount of mayonnaise," and he talked through the whole thing, right? And got to slice your tomatoes this right thickness, which I think were a little thicker than what I cut this tomato. And you got to put the right amount of salt. I mean, he made it real interesting. And I ate that stuff. Oh my God. And he had whole rows of them planted because they were jarring tomatoes that year. So I was eating the ones that's made for jarring, and they're a lot stronger with acid, than these. But God, I ate them till I was sick of them. And anyway, I'm going to lay this here and put maybe slide this one here and put something over it, just so that maybe that'll keep a bug from landing on it. I don't want to fake, but it's good. God, it's good. I've got another tomato. Oh, this is all I've talked about or thought about, is having a tomato sandwich. I wonder why. But anyway, oh Lord. Okay, laters. Well, good morning. It's time to make coffee. It's 48 degrees this morning. It's amazing how warm it can get and how cold it can get. Yeah. Ta-da. It's supposed to rain today, and we'll see. Well, there's a fog over the lake this morning. It gives it a different appearance. You can't see it hardly at all, except right here behind me here, but as you look out across it down through there, it's well, yesterday morning it was 49. Everybody said it would be 55, but it's 47. I didn't come prepared for cold weather, but I mean, I did bring a coat. I'm just wearing a vest over this right now, but I wasn't expecting it. I can tell you that. Well, I'm in Maine, and I'm just outside of a town called Stratton, little small town, little country grocery store. And you leave there and you come up a place called W. Flagstaff Road. Well, you think of Flagstaff down there, over there in Arizona, close to the Grand Canyon. But anyway, that's what the name of this road is. And the name of this lake is actually Flagstaff Lake. Well, the name of this campground was Trout, Brook, campsites with an S. And it's a good place. It's got a few, you remember I've showed you down on the water and all that. Well, right now, I think you can see a little bit of a boat right here behind me, little air canoe thing. Well, anyway, the guy that was staying on one side of me, he was already here. The other guy came the next day. He set up. He loves to fish. This guy loves to fish too. So what happened, they know I'm leaving. Some other people done left this morning. So he's moved down before he left, and he works. And I thought he worked local, and that he just was camping. But what it comes up with is he does that Uber stuff and what is it, Hub, and he does that. So he said, I'm going into town, be there. I got to pick up a few supplies. I'll work about 4 hours. And the other guy asked him, well, what do you do? And that's when he told. So he hauls groceries from grocery stores to people's houses and all that. But he's got a nice little SUV car thing, and what he can do, he can move anywhere he wants. Get on that, make him a few bucks, camp cheap, staying in these places 14 days for free. He can go anywhere he wants. All right, I'm getting ready to pull out. I've got everything loaded, and I'm headed to the east side now, almost not quite to the coast, and going to camp out. Then I'm going to start working my way back down the east coast. Later.